Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious El Snor burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food.
All right, guys. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Customer States Podcast, where we talk about everything in the automotive industry. Before we get started, I would absolutely love it if we can go ahead and crack a crackable. Yeah, how's that sound?
You should have done crackable.
Crackable. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so here, let's go.
Cheers, bitches.
Cheers.
That was rude. Cheers,
Kevin,
guys.
I can't hear you. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Hey, Kevin. Cheers.
Hello.
So,
Come on.
you'll notice that this is a very interesting edition of Customer States Podcast. It's not only our Christmas special, but it's our very COVID Christmas special.
It's also my birthday.
It is your birthday. Happy birthday, Jake.
Happy birthday, Jake.
I owe him a birthday dance later on.
So, Mike,
Yes.
who are you?
My name is Mike Serra. I am the Senior Master Technician, Shop Foreman, and Transmission Technician. And I'm trying to get there. See, Kevin's even better from it remotely. So we'll go ahead and whoever wants to introduce next can introduce next. How about that?
Well, to your left.
To my left.
To your left.
To my left is Kevin, right? Or which way's left?
Kevin's down here. You're over there.
The screen orientation is different for me. I'm up top on the right. Kevin's on the left. So people are going to be seeing Kevin on the left, I believe. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So Kevin, what's going on, bud?
Hey. So I'm Kevin. I don't do shit in the automotive industry. I really don't do shit for the podcast that I abandoned.
Aww.
And I'm starting my room because I got COVID. So I'm quarantined at my bedroom right now.
It's the COVID
Yeah.
This is the COVID Christmas special.
Woo!
Yeah, we got the COVID monster
Yeah,
right
that's me
there.
up there.
That's me over there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. That's about it. How about you guys?
I'm Jake.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jake.
I'm in my throne that I usually work on, chair swiveler. I've got a pen around here somewhere, and I'm a service advisor. You've got a... Oh, yeah, here, see, there we go. Pen, chair, swivel. They do these things in unison. That's my job.
I am a warranty professional.
Who are you?
I'm Allie.
Did you guys
Hi,
pregame
I
before
know.
the podcast? What's going on?
I'm just up in the office. No one knows me. I'm just sitting in my ivory tower.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, I've been doing warranty for 12 years in May, for those of you who are keeping track. And to my right,
Hi, it's me.
this guy.
I'm Eric. Hi,
Hi.
Eric Montenegro here, heavy
Oh,
line
I'm Allie
technician.
Paul.
You are Allie Paul.
I'm Allie Paul.
Sorry, I mean mine's more of a mouthful though.
Oh,
Heavy
yeah.
line technician. Giggity. Been doing it for next month. It'll be 4 years. When's my anniversary, Mikey?
January 2nd.
That's it.
No.
Yes. Yes. And we're here. We're doing this thing. A very COVID Christmas. Too.
Yes.
Very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of our listeners out there. However you may be celebrating during this time of year. Hoping
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, Ramadan, Flying Spaghetti Monster, whatever you do.
all
good for
that
you.
jazz.
This Mahana Kwanzaa with the chicken hurgle chicka.
Yeah.
It's Festivus season.
Festivus, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Christmas,
Yeah.
for the rest of us. Now
Yeah.
for hearing of grievances. I love you. Just kidding. I love you. Love you.
See, you fucked Mike this week, but I fucked Jake last week, I think it was.
Oh, it just says Sylvia Paul now.
We'll be back shortly.
Y'all better fix your internet over there.
You know,
At least you can still hear us.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start off then, as long as you guys can still hear us.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Jake and Ali, this question is specifically for you guys, but Eric's gonna know where I'm going with this.
okay.
Oh, there you are. So
Hi.
when you guys have an ESP claim and it's going to be a certain dollar amount, like it's not standard warranty coverage, it's a plan that the customer paid for. You guys have like a prior approval thing. You have a certain dollar amount that you're allowed to do a repair without an approval number, but if it goes over a certain dollar amount, you know, you have to get them involved and, you know, send pictures back and forth and documentation or whatever. You guys have something like that with your vehicle manufacturers, right?
Yeah, so you're talking about like aftermarket maintenances and warranties and stuff like that, right?
No, not even that. Just like an extended service plan that the customer paid for from, you know, Volkswagen or Mazda, ESP, right?
Okay.
What's
Through
your
the manufacturer. Yeah.
Okay.
what's your dollar amount limit before you have to get approval?
$2,000.
$2,000.
Well, so I think
You don't have to submit for approval anything below $2,000.
What the fuck?
Okay, Ali, what's the Volkswagen side then?
So I guess it's set up a little differently. So if we have like prepaid maintenance claims or whatever plans,
Right.
it's all set. Like there will be, so when we do like a 60K or a 40K, it's going to be like a more expensive service because you have like spark plugs and shit like that you can replace. So I've gotten one that was $450 and they just charge everything out.
What
and all the mandatory parts and stuff, and that was like $400. And on the claim screen, when I already submitted it, so I didn't need any prior approval for any of these types of things.
But what about for like a large repair?
Yeah, like an engine or something like that.
So are you just talking about for a regular warranty claim?
Yes.
For it's
and for an
ESP.
extended service plan. See, so how it works with
So
Ford
what do
is
you mean like extended service plan?
so
What does
they're
that mean
beyond
for
the
Ford?
factory
Like Zurich and stuff
powertrain.
like
Yeah, 560 warranty. It's beyond the factory.
Beyond the 560, so they customer purchased an extended service contract to cover anything that happens beyond that.
She doesn't
Oh, so
usually.
this is
She
going to be
doesn't.
really boring because I have nothing to do with those.
Yeah.
Oh.
So and see now Kevin's
gone.
See now the one.
Kevin,
Hi,
John,
Kevin.
oh,
It all went black.
And that was
So-
last time we saw Kevin.
So to be fair, with there's multiple that we use. We have Mazda specifically, which is 2Gs. We have a company called Zurich, which is anything that's 1,000 or less. But there's also a few other ones mixed in there. Also, depending on what it is, if we call for like a trans,
Does somebody have their finger over the microphone? I can barely hear you, Jake.
No.
Oh, there's something funky.
talk louder. Is that better?
A little bit, but it got really
Why do you sound like that?
really quiet.
here, let's do this. Let's see here. I can mess with this a little bit. Let me see what I can do.
Apparently not.
This is the best part
That's
of the podcast.
that's a little better. Hey, this is a working thing, okay, guys? Bear with us.
This is. Depending on what it is, if it's like a bigger job, they can choose to send out an adjuster, even if it is below, the limit.
Right.
But that's really the only thing that stops us.
So what I'm getting at here is that the way that
Wait. How is this better?
yeah, better.
Oh, there it is.
Is this
Okay.
better?
That's better.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do we want to do some math and stuff while we're at it too? Like last week. Okay, so the way that Ford works is that at our dealership, our ESP claim limit was $900. So, like, for example, if a customer needed, just an axle seal or something like that was leaking, and it was out of the 560 powertrain warranty, and they had ESP, they would pay their deductible, and we would get it taken care of for them. And that claim typically is less than our $900 claim limit. However, if we have a claim that, like, it needs an engine or internal transmission work or something, that's obviously going to be over $900. So we have to get ESP involved in that and, tell them what's going on with the vehicle, give them parts prices, labor operations, complete dollar amounts for everything. And then they may come back and say that, we need to send in pictures of the failures and stuff like that to justify it. Do you guys?
So,
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
So I do know for Volkswagen, at least, one of, like, as far as I know, everything has to get pre-approved. And so, like, you send, like, an estimate to the company.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, and this is all after Diag.
Right.
And so they'll, like, correct your labor operations, or actually, like, you don't need this, or you do need this.
Yeah.
And then there's all kinds of fun disputes that happen there.
That usually happens on our end after we process the claim. Like, they'll come back and they'll say, oh, well, you don't need this labor operation because it's not supported or whatever, things like that. But so when I first started the dealership, our ESP prior approval limit, many eons ago, was $1,500. It's now $900. Come January 1st, it's going to be $300.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you know? So it's
Every single claim is going to need to be submitted.
every single claim is going to have to be submitted. I mean, even oil changes and stuff like that. That's not usually the scope of the ESP plans, but almost every major repair is going to have to be submitted for prior approval, which is just going to slow everything down because it takes a day or two for them to get back to you. You guys argue back and forth about parts prices and, labor operations and all this kind of stuff. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. The interesting thing, though, is that, do you know how that dollar limit gets calculated?
I do. So that dollar limit is based on the amount of warranties that they sell up front in sales. So because sales is not selling any warranties, our limit goes down and it goes down and it goes down until they start selling extended
So
warranties.
in the service department, we are being punished because sales can't do their job and sell ESP plans. That's essentially what's happening.
What's Ford's factory warranty?
Ford's factory warranty is 5 years, 60,000 miles for most gasoline engine things.
Internet's bad.
Oh my God, you guys' internet is horrible. This is just absolutely terrible. Kevin, are you still there, bud?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ford's.
I got a special guest coming in.
Yeah, who's that? Okay, so yes, Ford's warranty is 5 years or 60,000 miles for powertrain components, which is, most things on the engine, gasoline engine, transmission, things like that. Oh, they just left the chat. No, that's not good.
So how many people do you think are actually purchasing vehicles and financing them versus leasing?
Purchasing vehicles, when you lease a vehicle, you can't add an ESP claim, you can't add ESP onto it because you don't own the vehicle.
Right. So that's what I'm getting at are these a lot of leases that you guys are getting? Because I know the product you sell is expensive, so maybe people are thinking, I'm going to hold on to this for a little bit and then I'm going to trade up, or because that's kind of how the culture is going these days, is it's more lease based.
Yeah, and that may be the case why we're not getting a lot of why our ESP claim limit is getting so low. But my biggest fear is that it's just because we're not selling any new cars, we're selling used cars, and maybe people are getting leases and stuff like that. So that's affecting our numbers, and it's going to make everything that much more difficult for us as the dealership to get the vehicles repaired, and then also for the customer to get their cars back in a timely fashion. Because normally a repair that we could just self authorize and just take care of is now going to have to be held up with, for a day or two, best case scenario, with this ESP limit. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. And I'm sure
the customers won't understand, or you're going to have to explain it to all of them. 1,000 times a week, you're going to have to explain why their car that should be in and out in a day is going to take 3 days because there's a 2-day wait on authorization.
Yeah, and the customers don't want to hear that because they don't understand, and they think that it's us. Well, what do you mean I have to wait for this? How come you guys can't just fix the car? They don't understand, and when you try to explain it to them, they're either unwilling to listen or unable to comprehend what's going on. They think that we're the dealership. They think that we're Ford and we can just take care of whatever we want. Well, it's not. That's not the way it works. Unfortunately, at the dealership level, it's rather annoying. So we're going to take a short break here and try and figure out the Zoom meeting, and we will get back to you in just a little bit. All right. Okay. Welcome back. We had some technical difficulties. We're getting it all figured out. But we were talking about ESP claims. You guys get the whole gist of that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll move.
$200, $300 limits.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Going from whatever 1,000 to 900 to 300.
Yeah, all because sales can't sell anything, which is like literally their definition of their job. So.
Right.
So is that per dealership?
Yeah.
Or is that...
It's per dealer.
Every dealer has their own specific ESP claim limit amount before you need prior approval. And for Ford, at least, it is all based on the sales department selling ESP plans. So, the more plans you sell, the higher your dollar limit is. I think at one point we had a $2,000 limit, but I remember it being 15 and then 9, and now it's going to be 3 come January 1st. So super excited about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Does Sam do all of those?
Yep.
Every single one. So it's going to be so much more work for her because normally we wouldn't need, prior authorization, but.
If anyone from my dealership is listening, please just stop listening right now because I don't want to do that shit. Thank you. That is all.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Cheers to you.
So we had briefly touched on how the fact that Kevin has COVID, and I do want to kind of talk about that a little bit. What's going on with that, bud, Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin, I'm looking at you down there.
Yeah. So I was in Chicago visiting my girlfriend, and
How dare you?
Yeah, right. I'm vaccinated and wear a mask and all that shit. But yeah, went to Chicago, caught the vid. Didn't really hit me honestly until I didn't feel like it was more than just a sore throat until about getting off the plane in LA. And then took a test immediately, and then took a PCR test or whatever it is right after that. Like, yeah, all within the day I got home, and then just been sitting at home the whole time. So, but I feel fine. I feel like little chest cold thing, but other than that, but other than that, yeah, but like really, it just sucks. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm off of work. Yeah, it sucks, but
we miss you.
Yeah.
We do. Oh,
The podcast pooch.
Oh,
It's like, what is happening?
I'm so concerned about me making those noises. It's okay.
Welcome
It's
to
okay.
our COVID Christmas special.
It's okay.
Yeah.
When
My dogs have COVID.
when COVID was fairly fresh, I got a really, really, really bad sore throat. And it was
I
right.
got pretty sick actually.
Well, that was when I went with you that one night.
The
Remember
chick?
at the
You guys
spa
were with
the chick.
What the fuck's going on over here?
So the story behind this is I got a really, really bad sore throat. I was at work, decided to leave.
Is that the one that cracked a joke about you having?
Yes.
I remember
Oh, we
us
talked
talking
about
about
this.
this. Yes.
So it's
We
like,
talked about this.
yeah, that whole thing. Anytime somebody talks about, oh, I got the test, and now I got COVID, or I didn't, that always comes back into play where the chick's like, I'm so sorry, sir, you have COVID. Oh, I'm just kidding.
PTSD.
Yes, severe PTSD for the rest of my life. I can't trust anybody else.
But we had been texting in our little group chat because we were trying to figure out what we were going to do for this podcast because it really did throw everything up in the air. Because I have like 90-year-old grandparents coming, and
I'm gonna come.
No, do not come. Do not.
Yeah, that was a
come.
little weird, wasn't it, Kevin?
That's rough.
I'm looking at you.
So yeah, we were just being as with an abundance of caution.
Yeah, as you should. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah,
Stay the fuck out of my house.
I've been wearing a mask when I'm at home all the time. I've been wearing a mask at work all the time. I went and I got tested today. It's been absolutely crazy and really difficult. And yeah, of course, I'm a creature of habit. I hate change, and then so to try and have to do this whole thing that we have going on here was just a nightmare for logistics, and gives me a bunch of anxiety and stress.
And I miss my Mikey hugs.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I do miss that as well. But
So,
yeah.
I mean, we don't mean to treat Kevin as the COVID monster, you know.
TM.
you're doing a fucking great job.
Yeah. How was your? Oh, right, you didn't go to the Christmas party, Mike. I'm sorry, I totally fucking forgot.
Oh!
This is a giant middle finger raised in the air for you, Jacob.
I'm so sorry. That wasn't even meant to be that way.
Sensitive subject.
Well, then I'll ask you, how was the Christmas?
That was fabulous.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
No, Mikey, come back.
I still can't believe you won an Oculus.
Oh,
too.
yes. So I won an Oculus at the annual Christmas party.
An
Dude,
octopus?
the porn must be fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't tried that yet. It's on my to-do list.
What is it?
He said the porn must be fantastic.
Virtual
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, I haven't even opened the box yet. It's the Oculus 2
I don't
or
judge.
something like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
So it was the most expensive gift he had bought for everyone. There was like AirPods, and there was these little Google speakers, and there was a couple RC cars, Legos, a bunch of Bronco models. It was a lot of fun.
Legos?
Tablets, there were several tabs.
I love Legos.
Oh, but like
I
the
love
brand
Legos
new-
too, but
But the brand new Raptor body style,
Oh, nice.
Legos,
Nice.
and there was a GT, the old GT 500, like the 60s.
Oh, I kind of have a need
yeah.
to bring
So
my
really, really cool stuff.
my
but
Lego VW.
everyone was
bus
so
right
mad that I won the Oculus.
See, now that's the difference between working for like your company and working for our company, because I got a $25 gift card and they spit in my face.
now.
And
Oh,
they said Merry Christmas.
see, I got a nice pat on the back and a $50
Is that to let you know that they're going to give you a gift card?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, buddy.
Hey, turn around. Open your mouth.
You have COVID. You have COVID. You have COVID.
yeah, I didn't get anything. Eric at least got a free sandwich, soup, blue and white cookie, and whatever the Oculus thing is. So I got zero.
It was a black
Yeah,
and
I
white
remember.
cookie, but it's like, so we went to a delicatessen restaurant. It's they serve Jewish
So
food
it was
there.
off-site
Are we talking?
Yes, it was offsite.
Are we talking about the one that's? Oh,
levies.
So we went to the Jewish deli, and what did I have? A corned beef sandwich
Mm.
with coleslaw on it, and they had a Chinese chicken salad beforehand, or they offered the matzo ball soup. I tried that for my first time. That was
Oh,
delicious.
What you think?
It was delicious. It was
Jewish
really good.
Jewish penicillin.
Yeah, for sure. Matzo ball soup is great. That's probably the cure for COVID, and nobody knows it. So
It's true.
So, that was my first time experiencing any Jewish
There is research
delicacies.
on when you have at least the common cold. I don't know about COVID, but if you have just plain chicken broth with like no noodles or shit in it,
You put shit in your soup?
do you wait? There's that's pasol. Wait, what's that one? Anyways, okay, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Those are words.
With chili as hot as you can stand in it, it's supposed to cut your cold time like in half. Like there's
You can try
been
that.
study-
Get
I've
the whole
gotten it
fucking disease out. Everything, all of it. Just
until your eyes and nose are just like.
That's gross. Have you seen that TikTok video where people shove like garlic cloves up their nose and they leave them up there for like 15 minutes, and then when they pull them out, just everything from their sinuses just flows out of their nostrils.
I
It's
have
pretty
seen
disgusting.
that
And
seems
you
horrible.
Probably shouldn't do
But
that.
it clears you up.
Disclaimer: anything we say on
Do
this
not
show,
try anything we're
don't do
telling
that.
you
Don't do that at
about.
all.
Yeah,
Terrible
we've been
idea.
drinking, so please don't listen to any advice that we have.
Do not drink. Drinking is bad.
So, on the topic of, just to get back on to things that happened at the dealership.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you.
Oh no, it's totally fine. Usually,
it's the Christmas episode. We don't
Supposed to
we
have
do
fun.
whatever
Yeah,
we
we do.
want.
We are having fun.
I do what I want.
so I had a customer come in today that, and yes, we work on Christmas Eve. What a goddamn surprise. We had a customer come in, and thank God I wasn't the one who wrote this guy up, because I would have strangled him right there in the service drive. But he comes in and he goes, so my car is like doing this thing when it's sitting at lights. It's shaking more than I think it should. We're like, okay. And he's like, and then when you take your foot off the brake, it doesn't seem like it wants to go anywhere, and you have to give it a lot of gas for it to accelerate. Also, that shaking, I think, is I opened up the hood, and when the car is in park and in idle, the engine vibrates when it's sitting there. And we're all looking at one another like, yeah, that's probably a good thing. Yeah. And we even,
your vehicle has started.
Yeah. And we even told the guy, it's like, yeah, you're supposed to notice, the engine moving. It's actually running. And he's like, no, not like normal, like vibrate, like vibrate, right? And he's a real visual, like vibrate, right? Okay, it's one of these.
Richard Kramer.
And I mean, sure enough, it was MPF, and we told the guy,
no problem found.
No problem.
Oh, I thought he said MDF. I was like, there's MDF in his motor? Like,
what does that mean?
And
medium density fiberboard?
It's
yeah,
wood.
I knew that.
Essentially wood.
And we're all, and the guy that I work with, he's worried that when he calls this guy, he's gonna flip his shit, because he's like, oh, what do you mean? You think I'm crazy? There's nothing wrong with my car. So
yeah, can you tell him? Yeah.
He calls the guy, and you can hear him kind of over the phone. He goes, hey, unfortunately, we didn't find anything. Everything checks out just fine. Works under Mazda guidelines. And he goes, okay, sweet. He's like, okay. He's like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Merry Christmas. Okay.
Wow. If only all customers could be like that.
Yeah. It's like, no, you're good. Oh, okay, thanks.
Well,
Yeah.
we have
I
people.
actually-
Go ahead,
Go
Eric.
ahead, Mikey.
No, you go first. I say you go first.
No, you.
Well, I have a longer story.
What?
I have a longer
This is
story.
long.
Go for it then. Go. Do it.
Well, a recent customer of mine, actually, he's still a current customer at the dealer. So you expect the way people come in and their situations, you expect them to be a certain way. So we have a customer right now. He's got a giant Transit 350 that is outfitted as his home. So him and his wife live in the van. They have no. What am I missing? Oh
So
my
just keep going.
God.
Just keep going.
So
Watch the YouTube.
okay, yeah. So they live in their van.
Everybody
There it is.
Yeah, Mikey.
Very good job.
Oh no, I forgot the hashtag sell the bell. Damn it!
You have time to go get it.
I missed my dinger. Hold on.
Yeah, go get it. So yeah, hashtag, right? That's what that is. So they live in their van. They brought it in for an oil leak. It has had 3 previous repairs for this oil leak, not at our dealer though, at 3 other dealers. So it's coming to us for the same oil leak. It's dripping from the bow housing. They got in contact with Ford, and they're paying for them to stay in their hotel right now. So they're paying for a hotel and they're paying for a rental. Ford is, while we repair this vehicle. So obviously there's a sense of urgency. Ford has reached out to us personally. They're like, you need to get moving on this right away. So we scheduled it, I think a month and a half in advance. I hate you guys so much.
Sorry.
I know you are. What's more important is that our listeners are listening. So we scheduled a month and a half advance. They brought the van in, and sure as shit, it's dripping from the bow housing. So I'm like, okay, there's only one lift I can use to lift this van.
It's the outdoor lift.
It is the outdoor lift, and if you go to our Instagram, you can actually see it in the air. And so for me to remove the transmission, it's all-wheel drive. I have to remove the front suspension. I've got to remove the transfer case. I've got to remove the front diff to drop the transmission and look on the back of the engine to see if the rear main is now leaking for the 3rd time. So I do all that, and I'm looking at it, and everything is covered in oil, but I can see that it's not coming from the rear main. So that's cool. So reach out. Yes, it does. And I reach out to the not so helpful hotline and ask for some guidance, like, hey, this is what's going on. Yes, hashtag sell the bell. Should we just move forward with ordering an engine? It's the 4th time doing this repair. The customer lives in it. You know, we're paying for the hotel. We really want to get them in and out as quickly as possible.
And can I say, like, I read all of your hotline.
Yes, you did. I asked her for her professional opinion.
So detailed, and he gave all the information. Like, for my warranty opinion, chef's kiss.
Thank you.
Very good job.
I learned from Mikey. Right, Mikey.
There you go.
And so, long story short, they wanted me to put the front end back in so that I could lower the vehicle and do a proper inspection from up top. I can't figure out where it's coming from at all. Like the valley is full of oil. I sopped it all up. I did several tests, and I can't figure out where it's coming from. So we got the green light to order an engine. That's on back order for a month.
No way. Is it really?
Yes. So
Just a month?
yeah, 1 month. So we're trying.
There's some truth.
We reached out to
Right.
Ford to see if they want to either. So the customer. Okay, this going back to the original topic about the customers and how they react. You know, based on their situation. You were very lucky with that customer, and it turns out we're very lucky with this customer. You know,
You were saying they are pretty cool.
yes. So they are pretty cool. They've been, because we've been in contact with them, we've been keeping it updated on the process. Hey, we couldn't go out today. It's been pouring rain, which it has, and it currently is.
Yeah. I'm surprised they
all
came here and actually.
Day long.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll get on it tomorrow. Okay, thanks so much for the update. We let them know, hey, we got the transmission out of it today. We're going to have to take a closer look tomorrow, et cetera, et cetera. You guys get it. So the only thing the customer wants is either A, to put the van back together so they can drive it until the engine comes, which probably is not going to happen because Ford's not going to pay me to do that twice, or they want a bigger rental.
Oh, okay.
Like a Yukon or a Suburban or
Well,
something.
I feel like that's
Yeah,
fair.
that is fair. It is fair. So, and I think that's the route that Ford's going to go. We already have the van there. It's already disassembled. Just wait for the engine, give the customer a bigger rental. They're happy to wait. And so, yeah, like I said, really cool people. We're very fortunate that they're totally understanding of the situation. They know it's a big vehicle. You can't just throw on any lift,
Right.
you know, to work on. So, yeah, we've had a lot of luck with this guy. But, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, when it's their house.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole thing now. It's like kind of like
Mhm.
pretty, it's not.
Hashtag van life.
No boy.
Yeah, we're no longer a van down by the river. We're like 5 million following Instagram page.
Yeah.
And you make a lot of money from it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's not this person. Actually, it looks so nice inside. Is that the one?
No,
it's
no, no.
not.
no.
It's similar to that one, but it's not that.
Yeah, it's not all as decked out as that one is.
Now, see, I'm kind of surprised with Ford because we've got a guy who does all of our lighting and electrical at the dealership, and he's got a.
What's that guy's name? Daryl?
I don't remember, but he's got a Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Lighting.
But he's got one of the giant Mercedes Sprinter vans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he brought it in. It had a major breakdown. It was all covered under warranty, and they put him into a Sprinter van.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm
So,
kind of
yeah.
surprised.
We don't have any more Ford
Yeah.
rentals. All of our loaners got axed. Yeah, because we're not getting new vehicles.
Oh,
We're not getting new vehicles.
Oh,
So, you know.
fun game. How many cars do you have in stock right now?
Oh, we have hundreds.
What?
Yeah, we have several hundred, 200 or 300. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Mikey's
how
counting.
many new cars do you have in stock?
Maybe 100,
Yeah, how many-
150.
Jesus
Yeah,
Right.
something like that.
So,
We have
Something like that.
18.
and then on Volkswagen side, we have
3.
What? 3 cars?
18 new Mazdas, 3 new Volkswagen, and then probably 30 used cars.
Oh my god.
Hey, do you guys want an electric MX-30?
MX-30.
MX-30? We got some of those. You want some of those?
No.
No, I'm
Do you
good
have
on
any
that.
RTNs? RTN or whatever?
No.
I like
No,
those a
RTNs.
lot. Did I
I
pronounce
know
that?
you
right?
like Archeon.
Yes,
Archeon.
RTN. Anyways,
Sounds like
Oh.
from Star Wars.
Mikey has to pee. Damn it.
It's not every time.
We were having so much fun.
Well, we can have fun after the break as well.
We can. We have to thank our sponsors. Thank you so
We do.
much, Travis Ferris and Nick Lowridge
Yes.
and Ray Moon. By the way, funny story about that. I only recently found out that his name is Ray Moon.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were.
No.
No, hold on. So there's a reason. I thought you guys were white as fuck and couldn't say Raymundo.
No. His name is Raymond Moon. Raymond
Yes, I didn't get that
Moon.
until I realized that.
Like as in the moon and the stars in the sky.
Make you a racist?
No, it makes me stating facts. That's what it is. Anyways, we have to say thank you to these wonderful people who keep the lights on for us. So we'll be back shortly.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, come on.
Hi, Mike Sarah here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust, so you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
All right, guys, welcome back to our very COVID Christmas special with technical difficulties.
Special guest, technical difficulties.
Yeah, seriously. It's been a little rough, but thank you all for playing along with us. And
thank you to our sponsor.
Thank you to our sponsors, Nick Lowridge, Matco Tools, Travis Ferris from Justice Brothers, and COVID, Truly, Raymond Moon, Dale Follett, Ray Moon, Dale Follett from Twisted Bills LLC, Norman Glazier from Stovacourt _ Metal Works, and hashtag Sell the Bell.
Hashtag sell the bell.
Tell that shit. Get it off our
And
fucking.
Bean! Thank you to Bean.
Yes, and Beans, thank you for joining us, Beans. And also, don't forget, all stickers are currently half off at customerstatespodcast.com. Go ahead and get those stickers. Spread the word, spread the love. We'll give you some business cards. It'll be great. Good times.
Weezus. All right.
Oh, and
I'm thirsty.
yeah. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot.
Game fries are done.
Let's go ahead and crack them.
La, 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 la.
Cheers. Cheers, Kevin. Ding.
Cheers, Kevin. Cheers, Mikey.
Ding, ding, ding,
Cheers,
ding,
guys.
ding.
My drinks this week are still sponsored by Norman, so thank you very much. Next week, drinks will be sponsored by Norman, and we got another person that graciously gave us drinks money. So we do want to shout out Kier Soleil. Thank you very much, Kier. We appreciate your. Very, yeah, you remember Kier? Yeah, he came by and visited and dropped off some cashola. So thank you, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Kier.
Hope you got your truck fixed.
Did he call you about it too?
No, we were just happened to be. Actually, we were talking about another vehicle, and he happened to bring it up casually in conversation. But
Yeah.
oh my
Thanks, Jake.
God.
Well, the
That was
first thing.
Allie.
The first thing that I told him, I said, well, it probably needs a fuel pump. And then so I tell him all the diagnostic stuff to do. Which you guys, my goodness. So,
I'm so sorry.
oh, jeez.
We're a bunch of children here.
So, yeah, I told him it's probably a fuel pump. Kier's got like a 2003 6.8 liter Ford Excursion, so it's the V10 engine. And he's telling me he let it sit over the weekend and it just cranks and won't fire up. I said, oh, probably needs a fuel pump, right? Just, gee, I wonder. He's like, well, I messed with the inertia switch. I said, no, fuel pump. It needs a fuel pump. So I tell him, like, go ahead and cycle the key a couple times, see, pull the Schrader valve out of the fuel rail, see if fuel spurts out of it. No, there's no fuel. Okay, I said, have somebody key the truck on for you and go back to the fuel tank and see if you can hear the pump running. Oh, no, I can't hear the pump running. Okay, check the fuse. Is the fuse good? Yeah, okay. And then he tells me, oh, yeah, I smacked on the tank and the pump came to life. I said, yes, I told you it needed a fuel pump.
Lo and behold.
Give me my hour. Give me my hour and let's go on.
Let's move on.
He's like,
Anybody home?
He's like, well, I already watched the YouTube video on how to replace it. It doesn't seem that bad.
I saw on YouTube.
Well, Kier's technical. He knows what to do.
I know. I'm kidding.
So
Kier, I love you.
So he's asking me, he's like, oh, well, do you want to come over and do it? I said, that sounds like a Kier job to me, buddy.
He is more than capable. He was telling me about this Duramax diesel from GM that he's helping a buddy fix that had a coolant leak in the most inconvenient place. As they tend to happen.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, your food is here.
My food is there.
Oh my God, this is going to be terrible.
You got your sushi?
Sushi.
Go get your food. I'll hold my breath. Go get it. I'll go.
We'll be able
hold
to
your
see
breath.
Kevin coming from right about there.
From right there. Oh, see, now it's just Kevin.
No, it says Kevin. Mm.
Yes, they're furiously banging on the door. This makes for a great podcast episode.
That's all right.
You look gorgeous.
But the true fans will totally get this and understand and appreciate that we're still here.
Yeah, thank you, all three of you guys, the true fans.
Thank you to our loyal fan.
Yes, the one. Speaking of which, I wonder what.
What's going on?
Hi, Kevin. What do our fans do for the holidays? What do you guys do? What do you have any traditions or quirks,
like,
fun stuff? Are any of you superstitious? And who sets cookies and milk up for Santa?
Superstitious.
Oh my! We do for my 9-year-old.
Yeah, we do for our niece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey,
We just saw you in the other screen.
Hey.
And he's back.
Can't hear you.
He'll come in.
There you are.
You're there.
So what you missed was this guy asked everybody out there what type of holiday stuff that you do, traditions and such.
Traditionally, I don't do anything.
Are you Jewish too?
No, I get gifts for people. When I have a female in the house, I usually have a tree and we do the thing, but that's about it. I'm not.
You know what? That's a good question. Good question. Is Issa a big Christmas person?
Yeah, she loves Christmas. She's in Chicago though, so it's not really working out this year. But
Next time.
Next year.
But you didn't get
COVID free.
COVID free.
You know what, Kevin? I think that we should all try and be in Thailand next year for Christmas.
Why are we doing this? Why is it this thing?
Because it's a place we've been wanting to go.
Yes.
And Kevin's been there twice? Or just once? Just
4
once.
months. Yeah.
How are the Taiwanese hookers?
I don't know.
Depends on what you're interested in, I suppose.
Definitely arrange for that to happen. I don't personally know. No.
In that case, we have to go.
So let's see.
Ping pong ball do a lot of shit.
So for Christmas traditions, if all our listeners know, me and Allie are technically half Jewish, half Christian.
But we're not Jewish on our mom's side, so technically we're not Jewish at all.
But we still, some years are Hanukkah and Christmas, some years are just Christmas, so it's back and forth. So sometimes we do the whole menorah thing, sometimes we do just the tree thing. But generally it's just family. Mom cooks a good meal that she usually doesn't cook but once a year.
And I got to say, that's what I appreciate about you.
Because
Good job, Mike.
it takes like 14 hours this year that we've actually moved into our new dwelling, which is
where
here.
we are here
In
in my mom's office.
Yep. So for tomorrow, for Christmas Eve and my birthday,
No, that's
sorry, that's
Today.
I
Happy
apologize.
birthday.
Oh, goodness.
We are actually after this.
See, he's getting that
Yeah.
old. He doesn't remember what day it is.
So-
He's got that
He's gonna
sundowners.
be. See, look. Okay, look. I'll get real close. You see all this hair that's going missing?
Nope. Oh, wait. Yeah.
So after this, we go over to our place in Camarillo. So we wake up in the morning with Denise for the whole Christmas thing, have dinner, etc.
So I fucking love Christmas, and so does my mom.
Tell us how you really feel.
Ridiculous about decorating. Like,
Oh, look, a gun!
Oh my God.
No.
That is not what this holiday is about.
Hey, you got to realize, being born on Christmas Eve, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but being born on Christmas Eve.
You janked her.
Yeah. Being
guys
born on
silly?
Christmas
I'm
Eve,
still
this
gonna
was
send
forced
it.
down- This was forced down my throat at a very early age.
I'm sure.
So
I'm sure.
yeah.
I've heard something. Never mind. We're not going to.
I like Christmas. We have a lot of lights. Christmas tree.
There's a lot of lights. There's a lot of lights
hey,
outside.
I always do it for
And
you.
a dead
every
snowman.
Kevin's like, I'm leaving. Kevin's eating food, and that's what's happening.
Bitch. No, he wants to eat. He's starving.
Do you still have your taste and smell?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he smells horrible.
You shouldn't know.
Yeah. Mikey, what do you do for the holidays?
Well, I'm actually Jewish, so my holidays come and gone. And we didn't really do anything for it. We wrapped Thanksgiving and Hanukkah into one. And we just,
That's because that's what happened.
Family-
It was the first day, right?
yeah, it was pretty close to it. It was like Thursday was Thanksgiving, I think, and then like the Monday was the first day of Hanukkah or something like that. So we just wrapped it all into one, and we ate latkes and turkey. It was very interesting.
I get latkes for New Year's this year.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's again, going back to the whole deli thing and Jewish food. Being raised on that stuff, it's like my comfort food. Give me
So
some
for those of-
applesauce and latkes, and I'm set.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
all day,
Yeah.
all day.
So for those of our listeners, including myself, who don't know, what does a Jewish Hanukkah consist of? What does our holiday consist of?
So Hanukkah is called the Festival of Lights, and there are eight.
Crazy.
Yeah, eight days and
Oh, is
nights.
that what that
of-
movie's about?
Oh my god!
That goes to show you I've never seen it. I don't know what it was about.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for a soundbite right now of sheer disappointment and utter shock, but
I'm
I don't have
sorry.
anything labeled like that. So
Well, we all know that we need to have a movie night.
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Hanukkah is 8 days and nights, and according to legend,
Jewish text.
yeah,
Religion.
in some book somewhere, apparently after the temple was destroyed in Jerusalem, they only had enough oil to last for one day. But
And a miracle
through the
happened.
miracle of the flying spaghetti monster or something like that, it managed to last for 8 days and nights. And that oil that was only supposed to last for one night burned for 8 days and nights, and it was crazy. And they were able to find more oil from the Shell station or something like that, and then everything was back running, and
They were
everything
able
was
to
good. So
escape
yeah.
and make it to the
And then, if you really get into it, there was, blood on door frames. And
That's Passover.
I was. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, dude, I said
Wrong religion.
I said I was half Jewish.
Hey,
It's
okay. Got
What
a
in
question.
God's holy name are you blathering about?
So is there a menorah, and then is there a separate thing for Hanukkah?
Yeah. So
Gary and I'm like, the thing for Hanukkah is the menorah, and he's like, no, it's called the Chanukah, whatever the fuck.
yeah, the Hanukkah candelabra. No, it's called a menorah, and it's got technically 9 candles or light bulbs, and because the whole thing is the middle one or whatever the orientation is, there's one I believe is called the shamus or something like
Yes.
that.
shaman.
And that's the one that you use to light the other candles. So the first night, you light the shamus, and say there's 3 prayers and for the first night, and you light one candle. And then on the second night, it's only 2 prayers and you light 2 candles. And then on the third night, it's 2 prayers and you light 3 candles, and so on and so forth until the 8th and final night of completion.
And it goes something like
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu
Eloheinu.
Melech Shalom Shia Sher V'Tivanu Ner Shel Hanukkah, and there's a few others.
That's pretty close. Yeah.
I know. I'm missing a whole verse.
I'm pretty sure you just resurrected some kind of ancient one.
Yeah, I think I hear the troll in the background. But yeah, that's Hanukkah in a nutshell for anybody. Well, I guess almost everybody that listens to this that's not Jewish will now learn something.
Also, Hanukkah is like not really that big of a deal in the Jewish religion. It's like not one of really the high holy days.
That's Passover.
Well, again, it's
huge.
It's
so Jewish kids can also have presents.
It's commercialized. Yeah. It's, a Hallmark holiday, not a Hallmark holiday, but, in that aspect, it's the Jewish equivalent of Christmas for everybody to give gifts and feel good and like that whole sort of thing and happy tidings and whatever, it just so happens that it's around the, the new year for the American calendar or whatever. So
you have to get into the commercialism too.
Yeah, of course, dude. Capitalism, man. We love that.
My friend's getting this fucking great present on Christmas. You gotta include the Jewish kids.
I want a great present.
Right, got something for you, Mikey.
Thanks, Eric. Speaking of presents.
Speaking of pickles.
No.
Phrasing. Christmas tradition for you German people out there.
So I have been told this is like German descent, or this is where it originally came from.
Yeah, it has.
Okay, so
it's the Christmas pickle.
Yeah, it's the Christmas pickle.
It's not a joke. It's a real thing.
You get a pickle ornament. It's an actual ornament, looks like a real pickle, and one person each year it swaps. You are the gift buyer, and you hide this same color as the tree. You hide this pickle ornament in the tree, and the first person to find it gets the extra gift.
We have a very similar tradition in my family, although it's a nylon stocking that's knit and stuffed to look like a penis. So every
is that true?
Swear to God, and this is my old family. So this tradition's been going on for 40 something years or whatever. My great grandma knitted this thing, and so every time that we go over to somebody else's house, you're in the kitchen or whatever, and you hide it under some towels, and they find it, 6 months later and bring it to the next thing. The other
it's the Christmas schmaghetti.
So it's hide and go find the penis.
Yeah, essentially. And then the other funny tradition that they do is they'll go through and somebody's house and take a piece of masking tape or something like that and write their name on the back of a picture or on the bottom of a little statue or ornament or something like that. So they claim that when you die. It's very morbid, but
my family does that. That's a thing.
Or we'll steal a picture from off of your countertop or a wall or something like that and re-gift it to you at the next holiday. Wrap it up in a you're like, where did this thing go? I could have sworn that I had it, and you forget about it until the next holiday, and here it is when you unwrap it. It's that thing that you lost.
Kevin. Show me your roll.
Ooh, I want to see his roll.
Phrasing.
Let me see that.
Oh yes! Oh my god!
Man, this is a great automotive podcast, you guys. I am so happy.
It's the Christmas special.
It is the Christmas special.
We're releasing at the same time our listeners are. Wait, no, that's not right.
Phrasing.
This button is about to wear out, you guys.
Yes, we're releasing.
This button's gonna wear out if I keep pushing the phrasing button.
Phrasing.
So we have had a similar thing to the re-gift. It's not exactly the same as stealing someone's gift and giving it back to them.
Oh, it's not a gift. We're stealing somebody's piece of art or something. Yeah, an actual belonging.
So we used to do a thing with my dad's family where it was kind of like White Elephant, but there would always be one. Okay, specifically this very ugly Siamese cat statue. And you would get stuck with this gift, and you would have to have it for a year until the next you could pawn it off on the next person basically, and you would sign the bottom. So like it was like 15, 20 signatures underneath with the year. So it's kind of cool. You know, I'm like, oh, there's the ugly cat statue.
Where is it now?
I don't know. We stopped the tradition. My aunt died. Sorry.
So you want to know a funny thing? We're talking about pranks all the time in the shop, right? And, you know, pranking other people and friends and stuff like that. So I, again, am a prankster and I like to do different things. So I remember one year, my little brother, for Hanukkah, I got this big box and I wrapped the box and, you know, and all that stuff. And it looked great. And it was sitting on the fireplace, right? Well, inside of that box was another wrapped box. And inside of that box was another wrap box and another wrap box. And in the bottom of that were just like a bunch of dumbbells or like, you know, plate weights or whatever to make it feel heavy and jingle. And there was nothing in there. He was just unwrapping stuff forever. It was very funny to me. And
Russian doll.
And then the next one was, you know, when my brother was getting a little bit older, he, you know, what do we do for a gift exchange? You know, he doesn't need stuff. He can get it on his own. He just, you know, just give me some cash or something, you know, give me a little bit of dough. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. So one year I wrapped up a bunch of flour in a plastic bag, a bunch of eggs in a plastic bag, you know, all the stuff that you need to make dough. And I gave that to him.
Oh my God.
Well, hey. Yeah, thanks. Well, I thought it was funny. Again, you know,
it is clever. It's very clever.
It's hit and miss.
You should have bought several different kinds of flowers, like almond flour, semolina, wheat, and then been like, here, I gave you flowers. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but
why isn't the escape button working?
I'm not going to get my brother flowers for the holidays.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I think it's time for a joke.
Oh my God, is this another dad joke? Hold on.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
All right, so Eric, what do you got for us?
So a pastor, a priest, and a rabbit walk into a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the rabbit looks at the other two and he goes, so guys, I think I'm a spelling error.
Get it?
Come on, Mike. Religion.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It took me a second. I was trying to process what you had said. I was. Yeah.
Jake's not having it.
It took me a second. Very good, Eric.
I love you. I'm going to keep this up every week.
I want you to. I like it. So the other day, my coworker knocked on the fridge before she got her food. And
I know this one.
What the fuck are you doing? And she's like, I'm knocking just in case the salad's dressing.
Kevin, I don't know.
Hey, how come she got the drums?
Hey,
you got the drums too. It was already on the page.
I'm try and climb into your box so I can get out of here.
Ooh, can I watch?
Climb into my box.
Oh, I'm too far away from the phrasing one now.
2 pages away.
Hello.
Echo.
Hey, you're gonna be a girl.
Hashtag cavernous.
Oh my God. Well, I have an actually.
I'm done. That's the day that Allie quit the podcast.
We love you.
Have you ever seen 127 Hours?
Oh my God, where you like eat your arm off to
He
get
didn't
on
eat
the
his
podcast?
Close, but no cigar.
He cut his arm off.
Yes,
to
with the Swiss
escape.
Army
Because
knife.
you're trapped in a giant cavern.
I have an interesting story, if I may.
Yeah, please tell it.
Okay.
She's tired of hearing about her cavern.
So I had this was a couple weeks ago, and I had a customer come in, and the appointment had said something about, vehicle lags on takeoff. Okay, well, whatever. So naturally I get called up to the service drive to go road test, and it's like a 17 Ford F-150 or whatever. And so I'm talking with the customer and I, say, oh, so, what's going on today? And she says, well, it feels like the vehicle takes too long to shift or like, takes too long to change gears. I said, well, when did you start noticing this happening? Oh, well, what are you guys doing on video? So she's like, so I ask her, I'm like, when did this start happening? She's like, oh, well, this is my daughter's vehicle. I don't really drive it, but I was driving it and I noticed that it just takes too long to shift. I said, okay, so when does this happen? Oh, all the time. It'll do it right now. I said, okay. So I put her in the passenger seat. I get into the truck and we go out for road test. And I said, so it's like this, coming from, starting from a stop. Is that when this too long to shift concern happens? She's like, yeah. I said, okay. So I start to accelerate. She's like, see right there? I'm like, we're still in first gear. The vehicle didn't shift yet. I know, but like when you take off, the vehicle doesn't start moving when the tachometers, she didn't say tach, but when, she said when the needle's all the way down, it doesn't start moving. I said, well, what do you mean that the vehicle doesn't start moving? She expects the vehicle to start off at 500, at idle speed at 500, RPM, 600 RPM as like, when you when you're idling at a stop, the vehicle's at idle, right? And it's 500, 600 RPM, 900 RPM or whatever. When you start to put your foot on the accelerator and start going, you have the torque converter natural slip in there, the 9/10 to 1 ratio from the torque converter. So the engine RPM increases to let's say 1100 RPM or whatever. Well, she didn't understand like that's completely normal. She wanted it to start at 500 RPM, the vehicle moving forward. Like torque converter creep will do that, but the vehicle doesn't operate like that. She wanted to know if there was anything that we can do to fix that. I said, ma'am, this is like completely normal to every other automatic transmission that I've ever driven. I mean, the vehicle just doesn't start.
Tell her to buy an electric car.
Yeah. There you go. Yep. It's all torque.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is that her other daughter has a Mach-E that she has been trying to get out of because she didn't realize that it was an electric car when she bought it. And she, yeah,
what?
And her mom kept referring to it as the hybrid. And the Mustang hybrid, you mean the Mach-E, the electric car? Yeah, all she does is just, parks it in the driveway and borrows my other vehicle so it can charge. I'm like, Eric's.
I won't. We want sushi.
Wait, so I saw the Mach-E for the first time finally.
Yep. Yeah.
And I understand.
That fat bottom girl.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. It's not a Mustang.
That's
we've had this conversation,
and a lot of our listeners are getting pissed off about it right now.
Sorry, it's just why did they do that?
It's you're either on one side of the spectrum or the other. I personally like them.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's not the thing.
It's not a Mustang. No,
it's not a Mustang. Right. It's not a Mustang.
They should have called it like a.
That should have been the Maverick, and a little bit different of body style, and that would have been the Maverick. But then they could have made a
Courier.
The Maverick should have been the Courier. Yes. Okay, that's good. The Maverick should have been the Courier, and the Mach-E would have been the Maverick.
Fiesta, or those being made still?
No more stands. No more
should have
cars.
Just made it a fucking Fiesta or something.
My God. No. Because it can't be a Fiesta.
Fiesty.
Stupid.
Well, we still get people that call them the Festivas. I'm like, we haven't made the Festiva since
I would say there was a Festiva.
Yeah, there was a Festiva.
Like call it the E-Hole.
Oh, that's not a name.
That's a free hole.
Man, how much longer on this do we have? Oh my God.
Bless your heart.
He'll be back to normal next week. We'll be back to normal next week.
Behind those eyes.
I'm sorry. This was just my favorite podcast episode ever.
Well, I'm glad someone's having fun.
Come on, Mikey, lighten up a little bit.
I'm excited for our gift exchange. I think I did a really good job getting gifts for people, which I'm usually horrible at.
We did a really good job for you guys. Well, now we need to get an extra one for Kevin.
No, fuck Kevin.
Kevin.
We're going to get him some N95 Max.
Kevin gets Vixen 7-Up.
Vixen 7-Up.
Ritz crackers, saltines.
A bowl of Albondigas.
Oh, I love Albondigas.
No, matzo ball soup. I'll have my mom fry some.
Albondigas.
Well, come on. Albondigas. It's just like like
Meatballs.
Hispanic.
They're meatballs.
They're
It's
meatballs.
Mexican meatballs.
Yeah, but it's like
Meatball soup.
So
Yeah.
I had a customer apologize to me today for being a bitch.
Oh.
You were like, I'm sorry, I wasn't there.
Well, no, but she said, I'm sorry that I'm being so insensitive in something or another. So she.
Her being a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Busy day, raining, and it backs up your wait times. It just does.
Yeah.
It's like nobody really wants to be there. It's raining. The connectivity for all the computers is running slower than snail shit. It's normal. So we tell her, as I always tell anytime it's going to be a busy day, or we think it'll be an hour and a half to 2 hours, roughly. That's what we're aiming for. And it takes 2 hours. And she comes in and she goes, hey, where is my car? And we told her, it's like, well, it's almost done and all this stuff. And then she gets really ticked off. She's like, well, you said this, you said that, and why isn't it done? And now I got this video saying that my car needs brakes and I don't have time. So I'm like, well, I can put you into a loaner. We have extra loaners today because nobody shows up on rainy days. We can do that if you want to get it done. Or, it's not dangerous.
Yeah.
You're still fine. It's just you're at the point where you need to replace them, but it's not metal to metal. And you can come back if you want.
Right.
And she goes, well, I'll just think about it, but I don't want to do it today. And she's like, just get my car out front. I'm ready to go. So she goes into the waiting room. Close out.
Jack, this is unacceptable.
Yeah, exactly. Jack, why does my car need front? So I don't even use my brakes. So get her car, all the paperwork, car pulled out front under the overhang so that it's not raining. I walk in there and I go, ma'am, I'm really sorry for the wait. We don't ever intend to make you wait longer. We're only here to make sure your car is safe.
Sure.
Here's your paperwork. I made sure that everything was on there for you so you can think about it. Car's underneath the overhang. I turned on your heater for you and the keys are waiting.
Oh my God, chivalry is not dead.
So I close the door. So I close the door and I sit back at my desk. And, I say some snide comment, Alex, about that. Pretty much. And she walks out and I go, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. And once again, I'm sorry it took so long. And she starts to open up the door and then she pauses. And she turns around and she goes, you know what?
Motion?
And she,
Is it in slow motion?
Slow motion.
And she turns around and she looks at me and she's like, you know what? I'm sorry that I've been insensitive and I'm short-tempered. It's this time of year and I have no patience, but it's not your fault. Have a Merry Christmas. And I was like, holy shit, that's the first time that has ever happened.
Nice. Very cool.
It all depends on the customer's mood because this is kind of a shitty time of year for some people.
For pretty much everybody.
A lot of people, no. I mean, a lot of people celebrate and have a good time. But like you've gone through this with your family and people lose people all the time.
Yeah, I was just saying.
So it's, it reminds people of shitty times. They're working through shit. You never know what's going on. I always say this. You never know what's going on in somebody else's life.
Yep.
So it can either be a really happy time and, we're giving and we're going to tip the person at the Starbucks drive-through $20 today.
R.I.P. Steve.
Or, yeah, okay, yes.
Huh?
My dad.
Oh, yes.
Or, it's really fucking tough for them and they, realize, you mentioned Christmas and fuck, you know what?
Yeah.
I do need to be thankful for what I have and that I'm still here and that I can drive my shitty car or whatever.
All
But
the
it
little things,
doesn't
yeah.
happen a lot. So when that happens to a service advisor, it's like, oh, holy
It's
crap.
a crapshoot. Like, you never know what you're going to get.
Yep.
Customer service.
It's true. You know what I'm happy and thankful for? Besides you guys.
Oh, God.
All of you. Our listeners as well.
Yes.
None of this would be possible without them.
you.
Yep. Without you guys, we really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we seriously can't do it without you, and we do it for you. I mean, it's great. The interaction with you guys keeps us going. We love the listener mail. We love the voice memos. We love the comments and topic suggestions and the pictures and everything like that. I mean, it's absolutely
My
awesome.
favorite.
Send in topic suggestions, please. We're open to anything.
Yes, absolutely.
You can also make fun of me, just nonstop. Everybody else does it.
Yeah, what does Jake do?
Yeah. What
Pusher.
does Jake do? He just sits there like an idiot.
He sells people things they don't really need.
I just move papers around on my desk. That's all I do.
And what does Kevin do?
Nothing.
Bitches about the automotive industry.
Is that miso soup?
That's a miso?
It's a yuso. It's a yuso, not a miso.
There you go.
Oh, this is so.
How much time do we have left? Because I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Oh, we can totally do that if you have something left to say.
Of course I will, Allie.
Okay, hold on. We'll pause the music. Hold on. We're gonna start over. Go.
Wait.
Oh.
What?
Hi.
Go. Just keep on.
Customer state.
No, not start over. Just we'll restart the outro when we're done with the story.
Back for another episode.
Go ahead.
No, so
No, go ahead.
It's been raining. It's California winter, Southern California winter right now. I realize that real winter happens in other parts of California.
And other parts of the world.
And the world,
Yes.
yes. But specifically Southern California. So, I mean, we've been pretty cold for us and it's been raining. So Eric sent me a selfie recently.
Oh, yes.
Where
This
because
morning.
we all have outdoor facing bays. So they're like little rows of garages that face the weather. And I was wondering, like, what is what is it like in there? Like, are you super cold when it's cold? Is it, what is it like? What is your, like, are you just fucking, does it rain on you inside the fucking shop? Because it does at our shop, just saying.
Comes out of the electrical sockets.
Oh, what the
That got
fuck?
fixed.
Well, it's the
That
Department of
Oh
Water
my
and Power's
God.
fault. It's Water and Power. Department of Water and Power. Get it? Well, our shop.
I think for every person is different.
Yeah, our shop is like you talked about. It's 3 walls and a ceiling. So if you're too close to the outside with the no wall, then yeah, the rain will come in. And yes, it's also freezing in there. And when the wind blows, you get shit in your eyes and trying to build a transmission. And there's like leaves and small children being blown through the shop. It's just horrible.
This is true.
Yeah.
Oh no, my boy.
So, but are you cold? Like, is there anything that your dealership does
Like me personally or the listeners?
make you more comfortable? Anyone, but specifically you guys. But I want to hear from the listeners too.
I have an overhead heater. I wish it was over my box, but I can't put my box underneath it because there's a bunch of piping on the wall. So I have to be next to the heater. So
He's heater
today
adjacent.
Yes,
He's
adjacent.
heater adjacent.
So like today I had to put in a parts rec that took me 2 hours to do for that stupid van.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm not on camera. And so I took my laptop and my mouse and I went and sat on my workbench underneath the heater because I was cold. And I had my jacket on and I had my hat on and I had a scarf around my neck.
You look very cozy.
cute.
And I said, Allie, a selfie. I'm like, my current situation. But under normal circumstances, if I'm working and I'm moving, I'm fine. I'm a bigger guy. So if I'm moving in that temperature, I'm okay. I'm comfortable.
So
I'm usually freezing.
So the way the picture was taken, I saw the overhead heater.
Mm-hmm.
And so do you have one in your bay too?
Yeah, I have 5 stalls in my area and there are 2 heaters spread out in that area. And unfortunately, like Eric, my toolbox is not under the heater. Neither is Rudy's toolbox. They're just kind of area heaters. And if you're standing directly underneath it, it's pretty good. But if you're more than a few feet away from it, doesn't really do much for the interior temperature.
You got to go defrost in the office once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I go up to parts department and it's nice and warm in there. Oh, do you need something? Nah, just hanging out.
This is the time of year that techs always have questions for me.
Yeah.
And it's also the holidays, so there's like cookies and candy, and I have tea. I always have a kettle on, like the electric kettle, so I always have hot water for whoever needs it. And yeah, I've seen all kinds of stuff at our shop. Like during the winter, during the summer, I've seen tiny air conditioners, like the ones that go in the windows.
Yeah.
I've seen those just like at someone's bench.
Nice.
And they'll stand in front of it. Or the little like personal heaters. Everybody has a personal heater at my work, including myself. But I'm a baby, so you guys do the hard work.
Yeah, well, and that's how we keep warm in the winter.
Yeah.
Besides huddling up to each other.
Keep moving.
Yes.
Did Jake tell you how during the rain, because we're not used to this, a ceiling tile fell from the roof?
Oh yeah, we have a really bad leak in the service and
nice.
it fell and almost cracked me in the head.
Oh, nice, dude. It could have been good workers' comp.
Yeah,
that would have been.
I know. What the hell? You could be on vacation.
Well, so I replaced the tile.
Like Kevin.
I replaced
me, bro.
I replaced the tile, and it's already soaked through again. So now I'm standing. Anytime I have a break, I'm just like,
I see you, motherfucker. I see you.
Maybe somebody should fix the leak. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that would
that's
be.
been a long
That's like people who like something's not working on their car. We're like, well, do you think it's a blown fuse? And they just go and replace the fuse. It's the same damn thing. You didn't fix the problem. The fuse is gonna pop again. Like, hello.
I'll just put a bigger fuse. That fixes it.
No. Oh my god.
Don't worry, because we called the roofer the past 2 times it was raining. So naturally, he can't get up on the roof because it's raining.
Wonderful. So let's make a note to call them when it's not raining.
It'll never happen.
Logical.
Never happen.
So logical.
We call the roofer? Nah, it's not leaking anymore.
Yeah, right. It's fine. Oh my gosh.
I
This
like
has been
experiencing outside atmosphere inside. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, we have we call it a water feature.
Oh.
And we collect it in a trash can. Oh man.
Nice. This has been fun, guys.
This has been fun.
Yeah, I hope our listeners stick with us.
Yes.
This is not our normal.
No.
If you're new here,
Watch a couple episodes before this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll be back to normal
normally
next
this-
week. We'll be back to normal next week. It'll be cool.
Indeed.
And we'll do our gift exchange.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes, we will. And with that, I guess we can roll credits. Is that good for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, Mikey, it was good to see you. Kevin, it was
Yes.
good to see you, bud.
Yes. Glad you're doing well.
Are you? By the way, before we cut this completely, how much time are you taking off, Kev?
10 days.
10
Yeah,
days?
that's
just normal. Okay.
Yeah.
quarantine.
Well, are you still quarantining by the time we record next week?
No.
No, I should be at work.
Bummer.
You should make a signature cocktail, and you could call it the Quarantini.
They already have a quarantine order.
Fucking episode, Mike, please.
Kevin just left.
Kevin, where'd you go?
Oh my god.
Kevin left.
Thank you to all the listeners, guys.
Okay.
Seriously.
All
Allie
right.
Paul.
We're going to run through it. Thank you, Dale Follett at Twisted Builds LLC. He helps mastermind this whole thing as far as the website and the hashtag Sell the Bell.
Hey, sell the bell.
Also, I want to thank Norman Glazier you can find him on Instagram at Stovokor _Metalworks. That's STOVOKOR _Metalworks. And also hit him up on his email, maxnorm at hotmail.com. And that's Max with 2 X's. And if you mention Customer States Podcast, you get 10% off of any in-stock items or custom orders. You can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at customer_states. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com /Customer States Podcast. You can email us at customerstatespodcast@gmail.com. Once again, email us there for all your voice memos, your listener mail stories, topic ideas, crazy pictures, and customerstatespodcast@gmail.com is also our PayPal. And go ahead and check out the website, customerstatespodcast.com. You can check out all the episodes on there. We have our merch store. Remember, stickers are half off right now. Also, you can buy the hashtag Sell the Bell there. We have bios about us. You can read about us there and see pictures of us and see whose voice is who. As always, you can support us on anchor.fm by searching for Customer States Podcast. And our YouTube channel, if you want to check us out on YouTube and actually see us talk and record these episodes, you can search for us by on YouTube by searching for Customer States podcast, which is an ellipses. Okay. Yes. Thank you. And with that, I believe that I'm done speaking. I think we're officially ready to end the episode, guys.
All right. Merry Christmas,
Later, guys.
everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
See you next week.
Love you.
Later, Mikey boy.
No,
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hi, this is Mike Sarah from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.